The following segment is sponsored by Eastern Title and Settlement and the Mortgage Link. Big changes are happening in the Washington, D.C. metro housing market. So joining us today to talk about what we should expect are Rolando Fontana of Eastern Title and Settlement, William Fastow from TTR Sotheby's International Realty, along with Carrie Reel from the Mortgage Link, who has our deal of the day. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you for being here. Let's start with that deal of the day.
Thank you, Elaine. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're going to highlight our FHA 30-year fixed rate mortgage at 6% with no points and an APR at 6.589. 3.5% down. Those are for purchases, refinances, 680. So if anybody's out there, if you've recently secured your rate, give us a phone call. Rates have come down, they're dropping, and take advantage of that deal of the day.
Excellent. Great deal. Take advantage. Give a call. All right, William, let's talk about the impact right now that the current political environment has on the housing market.
Well, thanks so much for having me, Elaine. I think it all depends which market you're talking about. Obviously, the Trump administration has had a profound effect on the ultra-luxury market. The higher-end price ranges, $5 million plus, we've seen a lot of transactions, more so than we've seen over the previous 24 to 36 months. At the more reasonable price points, we're seeing things slow down a little bit of a deceleration. Part of that is insecurity. This economy is starting to look inherently inflationary. And when people feel insecure, there's a little bit of paralysis that sets in. Buying a home is sort of a feel-good opportunity. And we're seeing some people sitting on the sidelines. But that means there's opportunities. There's properties that are staying out there a little bit longer. Days on markets are up slightly. And if you can find the right house, now might be a great time to work your best deal.
Yeah, that's a great point. I was going to ask about the inventory. How is that affecting the inventory?
Well, the inventory is up compared to this time last year. The DC market's very cyclical. So we're coming out of our winter market, which is our slowest period of the year, and we're just starting to accelerate into spring. So we should expect the inventory to continue to rise. But since mortgage rates seem to be stabilizing and people are getting used to the fact that there's not going to be a rate cut anytime soon, we expect demand to meet that in short order.
Okay, makes sense. Great. And Rolando, again, how is this sort of impacting the current market? I know there's two different markets here, the high end and regular.
When people ask me, should I buy now or should I wait? I always say buy now. Start building your equity, that generational wealth, and focus on the things that you can control. In this environment, there are many things you can't control, such as the interest rates, the inventory, prices. Focus on your credit, your savings, and get with Carrie and find out what documents you're going to need to get approved for that loan.
That's a great point. If you don't want to start right now, focus on yourself and what you can do to get yourself ready.
Yeah, it takes time sometimes to build your credit to where you need it.
And that very first step would be, Carrie, for anyone, when they're looking at their finances.
Yeah, if you're looking to purchase a property, a lot of times people will run into a realtor like William, and William will often say, have you been approved for a mortgage? Unless you've got some of his great clients that are just paying cash for all this, right? We wish we were all like that.
We wish.
But for those of us that need to finance properties, give somebody like myself a phone call, let us go through an application, find out about your income, your liabilities, your assets, set your personal parameters on what you wish to afford, how much you wish to invest, cash out of pocket. If for whatever reason you have some challenges with your credit, we'll give advice on how to fix that and get your credit scores as high as possible. And let's find out what you can afford now based on your parameters, and then we take that information, relay it back to William, and he goes out and searches for properties for you. Like he said, some of the houses, there's a delay, they've been on the market. Sometimes you can get some concessions, you can have some assistance with cash out of pocket, and there's all kinds of wonderful programs out there to help purchasers nowadays.
Yeah, and that's why it's important to get involved and get with a great team who knows those great programs and knows what they're doing and has a lot of connections, right?
I agree with that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so very much. A great time for people to get involved and kind of get their finances in order to get themselves in the housing market. All right. Here's another look at the deal of the day. And for more information, the number to call is 833-MTG-LINK or visit themortgagelink.com. And be sure to follow the real estate top performers on YouTube to get more advice on buying and selling a home in today's market.